when Krishnakar wasn't putting out a statement, of course I'm gonna call her and I'm gonna say, you need to put out a statement. Like, what the heck is going on? And I've all the love and compassion for her and all the levels of trauma and recognition or non-recognition that she may ever come to. But she's always listened to the children and she's always connected to the kids. And so she at least came out with a statement like that. And in that process, what happened was I had to feel into my body how angry I felt that I didn't feel like her statement was enough. And how do I love someone and be so angry that they're not telling the truth that I feel needs to be told? And in that moment, I realized I get to be angry. I don't have to pretend like I'm not angry. I can be angry and I can speak my anger and I can say it out loud and I don't have to direct it towards her or anyone. I can just use it as fuel to my fire to tell the truth. And out of that came the Uncomfortable Conversations podcast, because I was so angry that these stories are yet still being told in private places, in private groups where some people don't go on Facebook, in private Zooms where some people miss it. And I just for once wanted a public platform where these stories can be accessed and listened to whenever someone's ready. Not when we tell you to listen, just whenever you're ready. And that was the spirit of where this came from, because we all have a story to tell, and our unique lens and our unique experience and our unique healing processes help us to support each other to learn from this fuckery. How do we love and know that we were abused in the same exact space? How do we reconcile it, These memories live in our bodies. And from that birth of wanting these stories told publicly came a series of writings of what felt like uncovering parts of my little children along the years. And they were really young ages. That part of me that was really angry at Krishna was like 8. And I wrote about being so angry at the hypocrisy of all the adults. And what all of this has opened up in me is realizing just how confusing it is to be a child in an environment where all of the adults are vacated. They've given up their willpower to someone else, so they're not in their body. And as children growing up around that, it's so confusing, because what you're told to do and what you're seeing is happening and what you're hearing is happening is so incongruent. It teaches you to not trust yourself early, to not trust your own body, to perform for love, to be the perfect little yogi, the perfect little Sikhi, the perfect little warrior saint that is going to say and do and speak and become and shine and be bright and be whatever I need to be to survive. And I didn't understand that my resilience and my strength was covering up my sweet vulnerability and my ability to feel joy and happiness and lust and love and anger and rage and anything else in this full range of expression that I am. I didn't know that I had been trained to believe that the sensation of deprivation wasn't enlightenment. It was just deprivation and emptiness and loneliness. And that wasn't enlightenment. My mind had been trained to believe that was enlightenment, or that was holy, or that was love. But it wasn't. It was just disconnection. It was just being touched without my consent by plenty of adults and other children that had no right to my body. It was just a bunch of adults giving up their power in the name of seeking consciousness. And while I'm so grateful for my parents to have chosen that, because I think it's far better than having grown up in mainstream middle America or Beverly Hills, for Christ's sake, it's also very, very confusing, and it's very traumatic. And one doesn't discount the other. They both can exist. And as much as I am grateful for so many aspects of the way I was raised and our lifestyle and our culture and the exposure to things that we didn't get otherwise, that we wouldn't have gotten otherwise, I don't speak to a lot of those things in present day time because I feel like we are in a stage where we need to speak to the predatory abuse that took place in our community. We've spoken about the good things for 50 years. We've spoken and exalted amazing aspects of our lifestyle. And now it's time to talk about the not so amazing parts. And we don't do it by wish-washing them together. We only do it by facing the dark head on and shining light on it and speaking to it and holding the pain and holding the discomfort and holding and feeling the resentment and the rage and the abuse and all the ways that you participated and I participated